What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips. And you already know we you got to do the over and under. You got to do the over and under. Who knows about the over and under? Look at my green finger. Tell me that motherfucker ain't green. Das. We get it in, right? Before we get it in, let's get the intro in. Technical difficulties. I said get the intro in. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell. Listen, put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. So, I get asked a lot about my life, and I thought we should do it not in chronological order, but I should give my own super gun, right? Super Gunner, all new series, man. We're going to get into it. Without Roach, without Pepe, without Ricky, without the lovable characters that you guys have grown to love, man. There's a lot of new characters, man, involved in these stories, right? So, question. Have you ever woke up and almost died twice in one day from two different circumstances? I mean, damn, God, give me a break here. I'm still here, so I got the break that I needed, man, but it sure didn't seem like it that day. So just like every other day, man, I wake up, I'm good. Baby mama's sleeping right there. She's snoring like a motherfucker, right? The day is good, man. I go in the kitchen, make me a couple huevos, scramble them up, right? And I'm going to get up out of here before the baby mama starts bitching and complaining, and before they raid my house, and before parole probation comes by. I was all caught up in all kinds of shit, right? I got to go. So I called a homeboy up, one of my most notorious gangsterous ass homeboys that I got from my neighborhood. We're not going to say his name because I talked to him in real life. He's still very activated, and he asked me not to. He was like, don't say my name, puto. I was like, all right, I got you, right? So anyways, this vato, I call him. He's there. Boom, quick. Shooter, the gunner. Let's go, right? His name wasn't Shooter, but we'll just call him Shooter. The names have been changed to protect the Defiant, right? So he picks me up, and he's like, hey, bro, we're going to go cruising out here to Hillmar. We're going to go fishing and shit today. My neighborhood, we love fishing. I don't know about your hood, but in our hood, man, that was one of our pastimes. Fishing, cocaine and fishing, and not in that order, right? Cocaine and fishing. It was always great, right? So we went out there, same old thing, man. Take a little grill, little hamburgers, man, a little bag of yayo, you know what I'm saying? A little few beers, a few sodas, and a whole lot of fishing tackle. And we were out there, we're fishing out in Hillmar. Now, Hillmar got this like river creek that runs through a big ass catfish. I had never really been, I've been through Hillmar, but never to Hillmar. There's a big ass fucking, it's like a park out there, right? So we pull up there, and it's me and the homie. Now, the homeboy is a no-nonsense motherfucker. If you look at him crazy, he's doing life. If you bump into him, he's doing life plus. If you breathe around his old lady, he's doing life plus another life, maybe even death, right? He's just that type of homeboy, the one that you don't want to be around in the hood because they're just too much. But these are the ones I gravitated towards because I had the same type of attitude. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, hey, fuck, dude, I think the Valtas over there, you know what I'm saying? They're tripping. I'm like, bro, they're playing with their kids in a pool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. They're around kids. That's too much, right? I'm like, but it's their children. And I wouldn't do that shit. Yeah, I know. That's why you have 3 baby mamas and 5 kids, and I never seen you with them. So he's that type of homeboy, just a straight up gang member, right? And we're fishing and shit. And what happened is his lady, one thing about him is it don't matter who he's with, what he's doing. He could be cocking the gun, about to do some shit, right? And if his lady calls, he comes up running. I see the homie running. He's running around the bend. His baby mama just called him. Don't know where. You know what I mean? He's just gone. This dude right here gets a phone call, and he's like, damn, hey, bro, keep doing what you're doing. I got to go deal with some shit at the pad. Now, the pad is not close. The pad's about 45 minutes away. So I'm like, damn, bro, like that? He's like, yeah, just leave all this shit right here, bro. I'm just going to go real quick, deal with that. I might even bring her back, right? But you know what I'm saying? Let me deal with this shit. So I'm like, all right, man, cool. So here I'm waiting an hour, another hour. I'm blowing him up. He's not answering. He's not straight to voicemail, old school shit, straight to voicemail. I'm like, damn, bro. And I got singular cellular at this time. So my minutes, remember back in the days when it was like minutes? My minutes are running out. It's starting to become expensive to call the homeboy, right? So I'm like, damn, this fool ain't never going to come, right? So I'm like, I got to call another ride. Everyone I'm calling, oh, bro, I'm busy. Spencer, homie, I can't go all the way up to Hillmar. I'm like, bro, but I'm stuck like Chuck. They're like, hey, fool, just walk. Just walk, motherfucker. That's a long walk. I already just told you guys the super about me and Ricky walking. We ended up with some old man, and it's gonna get crazy tomorrow. But I'm like, man, just walk. And they're like, come on, bro. Hey, at least walk like halfway, bro. We'll pick you up. So trip out. I get turned ass words backwards. That's what happens with me. And I have a loss of a sense of direction. I don't know which fucking way to go. All I know is norte at this point, west and norte, east and south. So I was scared if I have to go that way, I can't. It just wasn't in me to go south or east, right? So I'm walking, man. And I'm one of those guys that follow the telephone pole type motherfuckers, right? And it's funny because I was talking to Dubs earlier. He did the same thing on the run. He was following the telephone lines, right? So I stashed all the gear because I can't carry a fucking little miniature fucking barbecue pit. I stashed everything in the cuts thinking, this is the spot. We'll come back. It's in the bushes. It's all good. And I see people at the park, man, but I'm too proud to like ask for a ride or ask to use their phone or anything like that. I got my own phone. It's cool. As I'm walking, I'm calling my old lady up. She's like, where the fuck are you? I said, I'm fishing. Come pick me up. You know what I'm saying? She was like, how the fuck am I supposed to get there? I'm like, just, you know what I'm saying? They just Barney Rubble it. Just come. So I'm walking. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm walking for hours, it seemed like, right? And your mind clicks. I've been there. I've told the story. I'm going to retell it, right? Where I'm in the middle of nowhere and I start to get thirsty. All of a sudden, you notice when you don't got no food, you're starving. When you ain't got no water, you're parched. You're very thirsty. When you ain't got no pussy, damn, I'm doing bad, right? But when you have all of it, if there's a chick with a big old guy just sitting at home, you're just watching TV, get out of my way. You know what I'm saying? Damn, did you fart? Shit like that. You don't care anymore. If there's hella food in the refrigerator, you're not hungry all of a sudden. You don't got an appetite. Water could be running and you're not even tripping. But let a drip of water drop when you're thirsty and you have nothing. Man, you're going to be like, I believe I'm sticking your tongue out trying to get the fucking drop, right? You know how it goes. The mind is crazy. So I'm walking and it hits me. Damn, I'm thirsty as fuck. Damn, I'm hungry, man. You know what I'm saying? I smashed 2 hamburgers. Could have made some burgers. Could have did all that. I'm like, damn, bro, right now, I swear to God, I feel like making a spear and spearing a fish out of this river. I was like by the river and the telephone poles. Hopefully I can get somewhere, right? Well, the creek ran out a long time ago. So now, because I'd have dumped in that motherfucker, just gulped. I would have swallowed the catfish. I was hungry. I was, fuck it, best of both worlds. River water and catfish all at the same time. So as I'm walking, man, I start hearing dogs barking. It's starting to get dark. I'm blowing everyone up. My phone's about to die. No one wants to come pick me up. I'm like, fuck all you guys, man. Fuck what you guys claim. We claim Norte. I don't, well, for not fuck that, but fuck everything else, right? So I'm getting mad, right? And as I'm walking, my phone dies. Boop, boop, boop. Singular cellular. Who remembers? Fuck you. There you go. It went, doom, doom, fuck you. And then it was gone. And I'm like, damn, I'm walking. There's no one, right? So at this point, I feel like I'm going to die. I sit on a rock. I'm all malnourished. Feel like I haven't eaten in 3 days, right? It's only been a couple hours. Haven't drank no water in a minute. I'm just at the end of my rope. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there at the end of my rope and I hear some music bumping. Dum, 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 dum. Need to take a masa. Then I had to take shit. That's the cold part about it. That's the worst thing. When there's no toilet paper, no big leaves, no eucalyptus plants, nothing. Just you, a hand, and a white t-shirt. Well, guess what? When the homeboy swooped me up, finally, I wasn't wearing a white tee. I'll just say that, right? And I was relieved. But I need everything that could go wrong at this point is going wrong. I need to vomit, like everything, right? My feet hurt and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they itch from athlete, like everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm yayed out though, so I was good there. You know what I'm saying? I had a pocket full of that. That shit made me more thirsty. Follow the drip, right? So I was over there following the drip. Follow the drip. Calling, find the homeboy answer. She's like, hey, Spencer, homie, me and my lady got into it. And then we had to make up to break up. That's all we do. She hated me. Now she loves me. You know what I'm saying? I claim red, not blue. I'm like, hey, come swoop me up for. I had to walk like 3 or 4 miles. He was like, hey, bro, look it. Watch out. Give me like an hour. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, bro. So, we're going to go round 2 and then I'll be there to pick you up. I'm like, bro, if on the dead homies, if you don't pick me up, bro, right, we're going to have issues. He's like, what? I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, he is a shooter. So I got to watch out. So I'm like, serio, bro. He's like, where's all my gear and shit? I said, I left it right there. What was I supposed to do? You like look like fucking Charlie Brown carrying a fucking fishing pole and a fucking barbecue pit? You got me fucked up. So he's like, all right, man. Hey, I'm going to go pick the gear up and then pick you up. This motherfucker ended up picking up his shit and going back home because he couldn't find me. I told him I wasn't there. He told me, though, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He said, walk back. I said, I don't know which way he's back. He said, south, bro. I said, yeah, I don't go south. I got to stay north, right? So anyways, I'm walking thinking eventually I'm going to hit a supermarket, a store or something. I'll figure it out there. Maybe I can knock me a fat chick to take me home and then you know, I could do it. I could live vicariously in her for a minute and then get home. Either way, I got a pocket full of yay. We're gonna party, right? As long as there's water, food, and she can rub my feet. Well, I'm good. I'm a grown man. I hear this music bumping, boom, 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 and the most beat up from the feet up beetle. Remember the 6'9" beetle bugs? Slug bug. It pulls a primered, fucked up roof, not a drop top. It's a half top, a crop top, right? This motherfucker's driving in a crop top, and it's this hippie looking ass northerner, big old mustache, fucking wild ass hair. He's like, "Hey, what's up, babe? You doing bad out here? What are you doing out here?" I said, "Surviving. What's up?" He's like, "Hey, I don't know, bro. You need a ride or something?" And something about him, I recognized him from like a picture of my Theo's room. I just reflect back to the homies from Turlock. He just looked like a homeboy from Turlock, right? So I'm like, yeah, you can give me a ride. He's like, yeah, bro, I can take you wherever. I said, can you take me to Merced, to my pad? He's like, oh, I can't do all that, bro. I'm going to a homeboy's house right now, right? Now, you need to understand, at this point in time, right, there was sometimes beef between Northerners, still a little red on red. You know, I had a little Mongolian dropped, you know what I'm saying? Now, so you could tell I was a homie. So I could tell he was too, but like he was like a Cheech and Chong type homeboy. Like he was chonged out the game, right? Super Chong. We'll do videos on him, just Super Chong. Anyways, this fool picks me up and he's like, yeah, you want to ride to the homies? I'm going to go to the homies pad and shit. Just met him. I'm like, fuck it. What else do I got to do? You know what I mean? I'm on the show Survivor here, pretty much. So I'm riding with them. We're bumping. I'm like, damn, this is a fucked up ass car. I'm thinking in my mind, but I'm like, damn, this whip's clean. He's like, yeah, bro, I rebuilt it from scratch. He's like, I even put bike parts in this shit. I was like, what the fuck? Fool's tweaked out the game. So I'm like, he's like, hey, you're high. Are you high? Are you high? I'm high, but not as high as you. You're higher to highest. I mean, you're weller to wellest. I'm not like that. But it's right? So he's like, yeah, bro, I'm going to go over the home. We're going to party. You party? I said, yeah, of course. I'm a Norteno. He's like, yeah, that's right. That's the right spirit. We're going to go over there, watch. They're good ass homeboys from Turlock, Turlocals. I'm like, that's right. I said, I got hella family from Turlock. Probably one of my family members will be there barbecuing and shit. Let's go. So we pull up to this fucking pad. It's way in the outskirts of this place called Denair. It's not Turlock. It's Denair, homie. This motherfucker said Turlock. This is nowhere near the west side of Turlock. Denair is different. That's a sundown city, right? Like, it's just nothing out there but fucking bunch of white dudes that'll take your equilibrium, brother. So as we get out there, mind you, I already felt like I was dying. So I already went through a life-changing experience. I was praying to God, please, God, let one of these motherfuckers that I call my homeboys from my neighborhood pick me up. Man, I tried to call fat chicks. I did. This is back in the days when the cell phones weren't popping like that. I didn't have everyone's contact, none of that. You know what I'm saying? You had to know their numbers by heart. So I'm like, damn, man, like a stupid ass. I never put anyone. So I'm just calling random phone numbers. My tia's asking her, what do you want, bitch? Oh, shit. Tia, can you? I don't got a car, stupid. My old man right now, he's on a bike. He just went to Circle K to go get me something. You want something? Yeah, I want to ride. I can't get you that. I can get you a Slurpee, though, bitch. Right? So I wasn't getting a hold of anyone. Anyways, I'm riding with this dude that I just met. And I just tell him, I'm like, hey, bro, you look hella familiar. He goes, yeah, you do too, homie. Right? And I was like, you know Pops and these guys? He's like, that's my road dog. That's my boy. I said, that's my Theo, fool. I tell you, I'm related to half a Turlock. And he was like, you know who I am? And I said, he said, my name's Pachi. And I knew that name right off the top. I heard a lot of stories about him. And I remember going to this rave a long time ago when I was a kid, looking all scared and shit with the older homies from Turlock. It was, I guess, a rave, right, in San Fran. And it was a fucking dude with a chongo in his hair, all wild, fucking on a skateboard. He had his hat like this, right? And I remember him. It was him. I said, Pachi, what's up? You don't remember I was a little kid? He said, hell no, bro. I did too much drugs since then. But he's like, oh, that's cool. I know your familia. That's good. So now I feel safer. Like, okay, I'm around a good homie. Like, I knew of him, right? And I remember him as a kid. He just didn't remember me. And I wouldn't remember me. I wasn't that serious, right? So we get to this pad in Denair. And we have to drive like, it's a nice house. I'm like, oh, cool, right? That ain't the house we're going to. That doesn't look like me. We have to keep driving down a dirt road till we get to what looks like the house of horrors. It looks like the house of 1,000 corpses. That's the house we're going to. Damn near, I could have sworn I seen a pig head, right? The fuck is that, homie? Oh, yeah, they're making carnitas, right? Man, we pull up, gang of big-ass northerners there, right? Evil-looking motherfuckers. Dudes that looked like a 4-yard. It looked like Corcoran when we pulled up. Dudes lifting weights, machina, fucking dudes sitting there, fucking rooster fights are going on, all kinds of shit. I'm like, oh, shit. Now, fuck you, let's party. And I told him, hey, bro, I got yay. He was like, line it up as soon as we get there. But do it. Don't show all the homies because then that's more for us. I said, I got like a pelota, like a ball left. He's like, ballin', let's go. So I ain't even like, we pull up in the car. He breaks out an old school fucking GUN CD. I was like, this was really a northern, right? Boom, we do big old gaggers. Go in, right? He's introducing me. Hey, this is the homie. What's your name, eh? I just picked him up. Hey, stupid ass fool was walking for like 6 hours. Eh? Yeah, fucking crazy. He was out there in Hilmar. They're like, what were you doing out there in Hilmar? He was like, just cruising. Eh? Sometimes I like to just breathe a little. You know, I like to exhale. I'm like Whitney Houston. I'm waiting to exhale, Holmes, right? I'm looking at him like, who is this fucking J-Cat I'm with, right? So the homies are looking at me, oh, where you from? I'm from Merced. And one of them goes, you know whoop-de-whoop? I said, that's my homeboy. Why, what's up? He said, yeah, I was locked up with that fool. We removed him in there. I said, I heard he got removed and shit. He said, yeah, you ain't like him, right? And I was like, what? And I'm looking at the other homies like, hey, who's going to step up for me? They're all looking at me like, I'm going down, right? Although we've gone to, I'm at the end of the road here, right? Like a Boyz II Men song. I'm like, hey, nah, yeah, it's the homie and shit, but not what he does is not what I do. They were like, yeah, because that fool was screaming for help, when I was stabbing the shit out of him. And he's looking at me right in the eyes the whole time he's saying it. Yeah, I'm stabbing the shit out of him, man. Like this. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's all right. He's like, yeah, I used a knife like this. I was like, oh, cool. The other one's like, you should have shot him with one of these. I was like, oh, no. I'm outnumbered, outgunned, and I got a hippie as my crimey right now, right? So I'm trying to call the homeboys like, hey, pick me up, fool. There's some fools that don't like us. That's not getting the homeboy out of bed. The homeboy's like, hey, I went over there, bro. I picked up the gear. I didn't find you, bro. Hey, you can get a ride back. Is you're around homeboys, just tell me you're a Norteno. They'll bring you back. Shit. There was no fucking canalismo at this house. The whole time, fools are whispering, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the heat, the thunder, right? Now, you got to understand, I'm still hungry. I'm still thirsty. I forgot that I was thirsty. I forgot the homeboy had a bottle of like, it was green tea. It looked like piss because green tea's like clear with a little greenish tint. This shit was like dark. Shit looked like a vape, right? It was bad. It smelled awful. He's like, you want to drink it, that, bro? You look thirsty. I'm cool. I'll just rather die. You know what I mean? Fuck that. So as the homeboys, that same dude, he's like, hey, yes. So, hey, whatever happened to that homie? And I was like, I don't know, bro. He never came back to the bottle. He just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you guys did, you must have did it right. He's like, yeah, we didn't do it right enough, eh? He was able to walk up out of there. It was our bad. You know what I'm saying? He should have been stretched out. I was like, cool. He was like, but I did stab him like 10 times. I was like, oh, that's good. That's cool. And he was like, all your homeboys from your neighborhood like that? And I stopped. And I think, and it went like slow motion, Matrix in my mind. This dude's disrespecting me. He's trying to pick a fight. What do I do here? Okay. Now I ask you, let's get interactive right here. What would you do? Do you just shut up, which is door number A, door one? Do you just go along with the game plan? Like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Or do you loke up at this point in time? Now, remember, I was an active Norteño. I was a homeboy, man. I had my rights, my northern rights under the Constitution and Bond 3, 4, or 5, right? I could say what I wanted to say. So I said, I did door number 2. I said, you know what? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Right. And then door number 3 popped out of me. And I said, yeah, bro, no, we're not suckers, though. He said, I never said you guys were suckers. I just said, are your homeboys like that? I said, well, you're saying he was no good. And he said, no, I'm saying, bro, are your homeboys like that? Like they're like washed up like that. And I said, nah, hell no, we're not washed up like that, right? So that dude's like, all right, I see you, homie, I see you. Well, I get a hold of my homeboy, the shooter, right? And I'm like, hey, bro, there's fools disrespecting the hood. That's all I had to say. If I knew that's all I had to say in the beginning, I would have said that right when I called him by the canal. I'd have been like, hey, bro, there's some fucking Southsiders out here disrespecting us. He'd have been he'd have left, he'd have took his dick out of his old lady and came immediately. And then I'd have said, lied, let's go, right? I told him that. He's like, where are you, bro? So I was like, hey, I'm going to try to go to the front and see. So I told that hippie dude, right, Pachi. I said, hey, Pach, I said, you want to do another one? He's like, hell yeah, right? He's like, hell yeah. So I said, hey, let's go up in the front door. And I tell him, what's up with your homeboys? He said, nah, they just like to give you a hard time, bro. They're cool. Like, believe me, if they wanted to kill you, they would already did it. That's not what you want to tell a person who's by himself in the middle of nowhere and it's dark now, right? Like, if they wanted to kill you, they would already did it because it's seeming like they want to at this point. And I was active. I had no strikes against me yet, right? There was no reason to be fucking me over, right? So as I'm sitting there, there's a couple bad chicks at this front house. So what it was the owner that was his fucking front house, his brother, the crazy one, stood in the back, right? So we go up, I'm trying to look at the address and I see it, man. I text it. Remember old school texting you had to write with the numbers, with the letters? Remember that? That's how, you know how it was back in the text. Boop, 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 boop. I'm all fucked up, right? Tell the homeboys where I'm at. He's like, all right, hey, I'm going to bring a couple of the homies with me. I said, yeah, please. We end up going to the back. We're yayed out the game. Now I'm thinking, fuck, at least if I die, I'm gonna die under usual circumstances, right? So as we go in the back, this fool keeps picking on me, keeps fucking with me. I was a little skinny motherfucker with the long Mongolian white baby though, quick to fight. And he was like, hey, so damn, bro. So that's your Vaudreuil, right? Yeah, your Vaudreuil has a cool reputation, but that author like painted it. I said, what Vaudreuil are you from? He said, I'm from Mighty High Street Locals, West Side Turlock, isn't it? I said, is that right? That's cool. Yeah. What about your homeboy Big Yo-Yo though? Right? Who, if you know Turlock, you know that he's notorious for fell off a long time ago. Look, he's a personal friend. I know him. I know his son. But at that time, that was like the most notable dropout in the Central Valley, right? So I'm like, what about your homeboy Yo-Yo? He said, that ain't my homeboy. I said, well, you know what I'm saying? Last I heard, right? He got stretched out. Right. And that fool's like, hey, you know what? Fuck that, Holmes. He was like, you think you can come to my fucking brother's pad and disrespect? And then Pachi's like, hey, bro, just go with it, bro. I'm on cocaine. Just go with it. He was like a surfer northerner. You know what I'm saying? Hippie surfer northerner. And so he kind of kills this conversation. The other dude's brother's like, cool. He's pretty a cool dude, right? The dude that was his house with the fine ass chicks in the front. He was like, hey, let it go, bro. So I could see he's gathering his troops, like he's getting ready. They're gonna do something to me. I can see, hey, I can see he has his knife. I can see it, and he's like, hey, bro, let's go in the backyard. I thought, this motherfucker, this all is a backyard. I see roosters, dog shit. Like it reminds me of my family. This is like you'd fit right in. So as I'm standing there, this fool, I can see him getting ready, and then boom, 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 boom. A cutlass pulls up, and three of my homeboys jump past the shooter. I already know he's ready, right? And a couple other ones, they're like, what's up, bro? You want to go? And I was like, hey, that's my ride. And Pachi's like, nah, bro, I thought we were gonna kick it all night. And them dudes are like, spook. And then I tell the dude, the one that was talking shit, I said, yeah, these are vatos from my neighborhood, bro. See, we're not all like that. And he's like, oh, that's right. That's right. And when he turns around like this, that fool had a big ass motherfucking 4.5 in his back. They was gonna take me in the backyard and smack me straight up. My homeboy sees his eyes get big. He's like, get your fucking ass in the car. And they just back up instead of like turning around. Cause there was like a big area where you could turn around. The homeboy just backed the car up all the whole way. We're just looking. The homeboy has his little thing out. He's like, hey, bro, where were you? I said, this is your fucking fault. I woke up and ate eggs in the morning. Boned my old lady one time from the back. Thought I was just going to have a great day. And I almost died twice today. Oh, fool, don't act like fucking it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it. My old lady fucking got passionate about general fucking, what's that shit called? The general fucking whatever, soap opera. You know what I mean? The General Hospital. She was watching General Hospital and fucking Laura was cheating and she thought it was him and stupid, right? Man, I was telling them always, man, thank God, man. They saved me. They saved me that day because I truly, honestly believe that dude wanted to kill me for whatever reason, and they would have, man. Like it was and I remember later on, back in the day, I run into Pachi again. I'll tell his stories, right? I ran into him one more time, twigged out of the game, right? But the homeboy was like, see, hey, don't be bringing us to these fucking spots like this, man. We could all got smacked. I was like, bro, I still haven't drank water. I'm thirsty. The whole time these guys were drinking beers, they never offered me one. They didn't even offer me an Aquafina. You know what I got offered? Mean mugs, shoulder shrugs, and no dead. Show. It was crazy. Anyways, man, that's one of the stories. I almost died twice that day. If you guys want to hear more stories, put a 1. If you don't want to hear any more stories about my life, you guys are going to miss out on some real shit. This is the gun. Bang, bang. Super gun. Whopping.